Good morning. I'm Megan with Heart, Mind, Soul, and Strength. I want to start today's video off by just thanking those who tuned in for our very first vlog and the support and encouragement that you've all given, as well as some constructive criticism to make these videos even better. I promise that I will keep learning as we go and always try to do something to improve, just like with Pope Marketing and Events, the company. And in fact, that's what we'll be talking about today is how this company came about. That's been a question that we've been asked quite a bit lately and why we chose to get into what we did. And the story behind that comes from Isaiah 58. It talks about community and building community and how we do that by feeding the hungry and clothing those who need it and building the economy and not just doing things for show, but doing them because you really care and you're not afraid to really get in the mud with people and meet them where they are. And that was a calling that was on our family's life for a couple of decades now. And when my mom shared that with me, it really just brought all of this together, what God was doing with changing my career path from being a child psychologist, that was what I was in school for, to pushing it in the direction of communications and now marketing in an event company. And I'm grateful for that because I'm finally in a career that I love so much. And on a lot of days, I love it too much, even when it is hard and things aren't going my way or as expected or whatever the hurdle might be. I know that He's put me here for a reason, and it's the only reason that I have the energy and the endurance to face everything that pops up, good and bad, and that we can keep pointing it to Him. Because when times are good, it's easy to put it on myself and say, oh, we worked so hard for this. And we do, we work hard. But it's all because of God that He puts the resources and the timing and the people. I mean, the people on this team are just incredible. But a lot of the question has been, why this area and how did I get started? And I think those are great questions. Again, pointing it all back at God, that He really put this on my heart through some trying times of trying to figure out what my purpose was, where I needed to be, and it just led to right here. Every yes that I said to Him was one yes closer to having this company. And now that we're full time with it, it's crazy to see how quickly that came about. And not that it's been easy. Like I said, it took some really big steps of faith. It's taken a lot of mistakes, to be honest. I'm learning from those, and my prayer is to always be humble enough to learn. And I didn't realize when I started praying that prayer that it would mean having the courage, mustering that up, that when I do make a mistake, to go to that person to make it right and to ask for forgiveness. And that is the biggest teaching tool that God's using in my life to improve myself personally and improve this company. And it hurts. It's very, very humbling when that happens. But to be shown grace in those situations also breeds that in myself and breeds that in the people that we get to work with, so that when mistakes happen against them, that they will know what it's like to be shown that grace and forgiveness, and that they'll turn around and share the same thing. And so there's just so much that I've learned that way, and so much that I'm grateful for. And then when things do go right, and that is majority of the time, so it's easy to look at the things that have gone wrong and focus that way. But when you're able to shift that focus on look at what all God's doing and what He's providing and how it's still moving forward, then it makes it worth it. Good, bad, ugly, everything, it makes it worth it. And so heart, mind, soul, and strength. If you haven't followed our social media, please go ahead and do so. But you will see that we've launched a new branding this past week. And heart, mind, soul, strength comes from Luke 10:27, talking about loving the Lord with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your soul, and with all your strength, and loving your neighbor as yourself. So that's what's most important. So love God and love people, and that's what this company is all about. We want to come alongside those who are building community and just trying to make the area around them a better place by loving on them. And that might mean in business, that might mean loving on clients, and just really being there and listening to them and knowing that they are heard and they are supported. It means loving yourself, absolutely loving yourself. It's hard to help people if you're not in the right state of mind and you don't have the right resources for yourself that you needed to build up in order to help others. It also includes loving people in your home, just personally, whether it's family or friends or strangers, the ministry of hospitality. And that's a big foundation for our company as well as what we live out in our personal lives, is that we want to be hospitable. We want our doors to be open. And I don't say that lightly, because if you pray a prayer that way, you never know who's going to come through those doors. But there's days like today you can see in the background that we're getting ready for a cookout. So we have carne roasting right now for tacos, and we have tables and chairs all in the background here, so pardon the mess. But just being able to open our doors to family and friends is something that really warms my heart, and that's what we are going to share. So in the heart portion of Heart, Mind, Soul, and Strength, we're going to be giving some hostess tips and things to make it easier on yourself, but also so that whoever does come through that door knows that they're welcome and they're loved, and they know it because of the thoughtfulness that's put into the attention they're given while they're here. And we're going over mind with, hey, maybe just what's on our mind with the company. Or for me, a big thing that gives me peace of mind is traveling. So it expands my mind to see different cultures, gives me appreciation for people more and more, and of course an appreciation for God, that I get to go and travel and see these areas that not many people have the opportunity to, or maybe just aren't taking the risk enough to go out and adventure and see it for themselves. So we'll be giving travel tips on how to get affordable flights, what to pack, and cultural awareness when you do go to certain areas in the world, even certain areas here in the United States. And soul, of course, will be our journey with God and what that looks like. That every day is not I love you, God, and I will trust everything you say. Some days it is me fighting tooth and nail because I want what I want, or because I'm scared, or because the sacrifice that it takes is too hard. But then other days you're going to see me just all out praising him, because those steps that were so scary and those sacrifices that I thought meant too much turned out to be way more than worth it. And I just want to give you a raw perspective that way, that life isn't easy, but it's so much more when you're walking it with God. And then, of course, strength is referring to our bodies and our physical strength. So there you will find some workout routines, different research that I'll be doing. I am by no means a nutritionist, but I am researching and I'm looking and I'm experimenting to see what works for my body. And everybody is going to be different, but just offering some exercise advice and nutrition advice based off of what I'm living and experiencing. So I hope that that helps, and that we'll just walk this journey together. Again, if you have not, please subscribe below, click the bell so that you'll get notifications and you will not miss a thing as we take you through recipes from all over the world, to vacations, scriptures, encouragement, love, and of course, preparing ourselves and our confidence through a healthy body. So we hope you enjoy this weekend and that you're spending it with some loved ones, especially as the 4th of July is coming up. And of course, taking some time to thank those who serve our country, because it is free because they fought for it. So enjoy your week and hope that you're blessed.